What's up, guys, and welcome to Young Christians United Thought for the Day, Episode 1. In Luke chapter 8, verses 4 through 8, Jesus tells the parable of the sower and the seed. And the sower went out to sow seed, and he cast the seed, and it fell upon the soil of the wayside, that which was beside the road. And then he threw it on rocky ground, then he threw it on thorny ground, and then he threw it on good ground. Now, as he threw it on each of these, he was giving an example of the certain types of people that hear the word of the Lord. He went on then in the next few verses to describe exactly what he meant by each of those soils. The wayside soil, or the soil that was along the side of the road, would have been hard and compacted by people walking along it, by horses and buggies going over the top of it. It would have been hard. The seed would have never been able to enter that ground and germinate, and therefore that seed would have never been able to grow. And in the same way, when the word of God hits the hearts of certain people, they're already closed-minded and have decided down in their hearts that they will not listen to the word of God that's being brought to them. Those are the people of the wayside soil. But then there's the people that are the rocky soil. Now, when the seed fell among the rocky soil, it sprang up quickly, but it died out after a very short time. And the reason for this, that underneath of the dirt, or mixed into the dirt, was much rocks and clay. Now, there was enough dirt there that the seed was able to begin to grow, but then it couldn't retrieve any water, and it couldn't really grow any kind of root system, and so it died off. This is like the person who's curious and willing to try new things, who's willing to listen to the word of God, but really has no intention of doing it. They might go to church 1 or 2 weeks, but then they never look at it again. This is the person of the rocky soil. Then there was the person of the thorny ground. The thorny ground, the seed fell, the seed grew up to become a strong plant, but then thorns and brambles grew up alongside of it, and they choked the life out of it. Now, this is representative of the person who genuinely wants to try and become a Christian. He hears the word of the Lord, he obeys the gospel, and becomes a Christian. However, influences in his life, whether it be friends, his job, his position, something that he is seeking after, that thing becomes more powerful to him because his mind is in the right place knowing, I need to do this. Unfortunately, his heart is not in the right place as to what he prioritizes as the first, and that person is drawn away by the things of the world. That is the man of the thorny ground. But then there's the man of the good soil, and that seed landed, and it grew 30, 60, and 100 times as much as was planted. This represents the person who hears the word of the Lord, has the right mindset, but also has the right attitude in his heart of what he's prioritizing to be first in his life. That is the word and the kingdom. That person grows to then produce even more than was given to him. So what kind of soil are you? Think about it.